on our morning wander, and back looking at the little forget-me-nots. This is a tiny little version of forget-me-nots. Tiny little variety. Already some of the seeds are starting to develop. The flowers have been pollinated and the seeds are developing. I was told something very interesting this week, or I read something very interesting, that the flowers of the forget-me-nots tell the bees whether there's nectar still to be had, whether they've been pollinated or not. And so if you look at the inner circle in the flower, if it's white, it's been pollinated. But if it's still yellow, there's nectar to be had. And so the little bee doesn't have to waste its time. Who would have thought that they could speak to the bees by their colours? Yeah. Remarkable little forget-me-nots. Now the reality is we always betray ourselves by our words and by our actions, and by our words and actions people can work out fairly quickly whether we're trustworthy or not, or whether time spent with us will be time well spent or not. Jesus' brother called James, he wrote a few things that were very challenging, and here's something he says in a little letter he wrote, James 3. Who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show it by his good life, by deeds done in humility that comes from wisdom. But if you harbour bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, and of the devil. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, you will find disorder and every evil practice. But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving and considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial, sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace raise a harvest of righteousness. There's a little forget-me-not, and it says by its colours, I have good nectar, I'm good to be with, my fruit to be good fruit, or it says I've not. Well, what about us? Do we, by our words, by our actions, reflect the fact that we're living by heavenly wisdom and thereby are peacemakers, or do we reflect the fact that we're living by earthly wisdom and then means of dissent and all kinds of problems? Fix your eyes on Jesus Christ, let him fill your heart, and let his goodness and mercy and peace work in your life. That's the little lesson. And then, like the little forget-me-not, you may speak and speak truth. Well, from me and my little friend here down by the side of the playing fields, a little wander and a mooch round. Have a good day. God bless.